Hello, Yap Skippers. Welcome in. We're doing a new run here, which is Doge coins, starting as Venice become the economic hegemon. That's it. There's no other instructions for how we're going to get there. We do have a mission tree that we can go through, special government stuff that we'll go over right now. So, Serene Doge Francesco Foscari, a 444 embezzler righteous, 71 years old. Pretty good. Now, we have the Venetian government disallows elections. Oh, pretty cool republic, I guess. Enables merchant republic mechanics, so vassals transfer half their trade power to you automatically. We have higher state governing costs, cheaper trade companies. Enables the aristocrats, traders, and guilds factions. Elections only occur when the ruler dies. Prohibits switching government type. Allows plutocratic ideas. Election by lottery. Elections change the influence of factions. All skills of the elected rulers change by 1. Can place trade posts, trade leagues, and trade cities. Enables the Council of 10 ability. +1 merchants, 0.1 yearly corruption reduction, -10 max absolutism, and 25% average monarch lifespan. Pretty good. This guy will die really quickly, and then we'll have to choose someone new. We are Tech 3. We have ideas. We have 0.3 yearly Republican tradition and 33% trade steering. So we can make a bunch of money if we can get some good trade chains going. Eventually, we'll have 25% naval force limit, 5% ship durability, -5% tech cost, plus 33% institution spread in true faith provinces, 20% trade efficiency, 30% foreign spy detection, and -0.05 yearly corruption. 43% national sailors and 10% marines force limit, -2% national unrest, and -10% dev cost, and finally 25% galley combat ability. 43%. Is that from... I don't know where the 43 is coming from. Weird number, but okay. We could form Italy if we wanted to. I don't know if we're going to really want to try and do that, but we'll see. We'll see. There is some Orthodox stuff. I don't think we're going to want to convert things. And that kind of leads us to our estates. So, this is what our starting situation looks like. We have a core on Selanik, which we are going to want to take back from the Ottomans, but we are going to want to vassalize Byzantium early on here. For sure. For sure. Like, literally, first thing, I'm getting a claim on Byzantium or on Athens, and we're going to war with them. And we're going to vassalize them. And then we will feed them their cores from the Ottomans. Now, in the past, I would have left Byzantium there, but we can't really do that anymore because Byzantium is bad vassal now. So I mean, we could take Athens and release stuff, but really I'd like to own Athens myself. So we're a merchant republic, which means we don't have a lot of gov cap, and states take up a lot of gov cap, but we are very good with trade power, and the amount of trade power that we have in a node is going to increase the amount of goods produced there, I believe is how that works. If we click on a province that we do not own, so like Zeta gets 14.3% local goods produced because of nearby merchant republics, trading cities, or trade companies. So that's us. We do not get that bonus in our land. This is coming from someone else, probably Ragusa, since they are also a merchant republic. So not the greatest example there. Yeah, like Genoa's everywhere too, so like there is some stuff. But what's important is that we don't want to own a lot of land. We want everybody else to own the land while we dominate the trade and pull all that trade back into the Venice node. That's kind of the point. Why are they a bad vassal now? Byzantium is a bad vassal to keep around long term because they have constant rebels all the time. They will always be sieged down by rebels. All their land will be devastated. It will all be high autonomy. It will be useless and bad and terrible. Get the cores of Byzantium, annex them. Don't play around with them. Just take it and move on. As for our starting Diplo near home, Milan does have 2 cores on us, and everybody around us is inside the HRE, which is a little bit rough. We'll admit. We do start with 1 cardinal, so there is a chance, if we can get some investment, that we can become papal controller, which would be nice. We could expand inside Italy, like Bologna is here, that we could grab. But really, we want to try and invite small guys to our trade league. So, because we are a merchant republic, we can create a trade league. And this is opening up a lot of people that could possibly join it. I'm thinking Ulm would be great to invite. And Regensburg would also be great to invite. Because if we do that, we grab 2 of the centers of trade in the VN node into our trade league. And what happens is they give us a part of their trade power. I think it's 50% maybe that we get. And then that will allow us to pull more money out of this node, which is pretty dang good. That's what we'll probably do there. We will need to choose an early alliance. We might just ally Austria. Now, there is an argument to be made to allying France and attacking Austria and spitting out Styria. Like taking a Styrian core and then reconquering a bunch of stuff for Styria and giving Vienne over to a Styria vassal. This is our culture here, Trieste is, so I'd like to own it. At the same time, if I ally Austria, there's a pretty good chance that they get Hungary as a personal union, and I can use Austria against the Ottomans early on. Like, see, look at this. I can ally Austria, Poland, and then I can just kill the Ottomans. Mr. Tree wants you to kill Austria. I mean, that's fine. We can do that with time. But I think early on, grabbing Austria and Poland is going to work. Again, I know they want us to own this stuff probably, but I'm thinking number 1 threat, we have to kill the Ottomans. We got to kill them before they start doing Ottoman things. I want to get a hold of Sugla, of Sinop, and of Hudavendigar, and then I want a vassal to own pretty much the rest of Anatolia. Right? Let's take a look at our mission. So, scales of power. 5 privileges need to be granted to the nobility, or one of the factions needs 50 influence, and noble loyalty needs to be 60 or greater. Okay, so we're going to have to sell titles here immediately. New privileges, or new pilings. Venice needs to grow by at least 8 development. We can either manually do that, which will be expensive, or we can pillage capitals from people. For 20 years, that'll give us plus 24 yearly tax income and minus 25% local great project upgrade cost, minus 0.05 monthly council authority. And then patronize the Scudi Grandi. For Siege of 20, we've established a Scudi Grandi local organization in Venezia, which gives minus 10% dev cost and 25% institution spread. Okay, that's pretty good. Also gives a Diplo dev. Establishing a Scudia Grande will grant 1 Inno. Okay, and it gives you the 1 Inno that you would have gotten. Venice needs at least 6 buildings and 30 development. No province in Western Europe has a higher development than Venice. We'll have its trade building upgraded. We gain 110 admin, 144 Diplo, and 45 mil. Ah, I see. It's based off of which development you have in there. If I embrace the Renaissance, we'll get a story about an artist. If I get a temple in Venice after the development, the event will expand the church in Venezia and grant us a supplementary reward depending on our diplomatic stance against the papal states. Well, preferably we don't hate the Pope and we don't get excommunicated. Breaking the auto also opens up Mamluks to get your free 20k. Yeah, I need 10 galleys, a general, army 90% of the force limit, and that will gain us permanent claims on Lombardy, Po Valley, Emilia, Romagna, and Constantinople. Okay. Really, we want to own Constantinople ourselves? but it may still be worth it to... I could take it and then vassalize Byzantium. I don't know if I have the war score for that, though. If I have a dock in Venezia... Well, that'll give us claims on Moria and whatnot. Or if we upgrade the Venetian arsenal. We do have 2 great projects. Doge's Palace for 0.1 yearly Republican tradition and 10% reform progress growth. And Venetian arsenal for faster ship construction time. I could also expand infrastructure immediately here, which may be an interesting option if I want to build boats. If I own Constantinople for 15 years, I'll get +1 Diplo power. And +1 tolerance to the true faith. I'll get 3 development in Constantinople as well. I've grown by at least 2 states. We're going to claim Tuscany to roll. If we complete this mission after we humiliate Milan, we gain 10 prestige. And then there's a branching mission. Okay. We also guarantee Albania at the start. Let's... See, there's a lot to take in the Venice start. Making 2.46 ducats a month. Let's grab the discipline advisor. And let's see here. Do I want to go to negative crown land? I don't know. And what's this? Council authority. Lowers by 0.31 each month. This has the following effects. Minus 44 max absolutism and plus 17 minimum autonomy. Holy shit. Okay. Being at peace increases council authority. High Republican tradition lowers it. Council authority, just being high, lowers it. And our prestige affects it as well. Administrative interaction. If any faction has at least 51 influence, we can lower council authority by 5. Military interaction. We can get 3 Marines and lose 5 council authority. So how is this busted? It's just not showing me what it gives it. Those increase drastically through the mission tree. Got it. Okay. How do we want to approach orthodoxy here? Because we could give out Orthodox autonomy. Keep in mind, though, that granting Orthodox autonomy does not mean that it offsets the goods produced from having negative tolerance of heretics. It still gets that. So, like, we do want to convert things, but if we add it to a trade company, which is all I'm really going to own in Orthodox lands, then it doesn't matter. But then it doesn't even matter anyways, because it's in a trade company. Want to go tolerance? Look at the policies with trade. Trade tolerance. Humanist. Trade humanist gives institution spread and idea cost reduction. Not bad. Conversions give Pope influence. Also true. What I'm thinking is that we should probably try and remove this debuff to our provinces, because I'm not going to have that many states. So I'm not going to be accepting a lot of cultures out here, which kind of incentivizes me to just go for tolerance and not worry about it. Well, I know I need to give out 5 privileges to the nobles. So we'll give out... Yeah. 3, 4, 5. That's 5 privileges to the nobles. Now I need to sell and I can complete the Scales of Power. During the second half of the 15th century, the power of the Doge of Venice is relatively limited. The Venetian Republic's governmental structure shifted towards a more decentralized system, with significant influence held by the Council of Ten and various noble families. The Doge primarily serves as a ceremonial figurehead, representing Venice on formal occasions and performing symbolic duties. If we are to seize control of internal affairs, the status quo must change. Power of the Doge. Francesco Foscari's leadership as Doge of Venice from 1423 to 1457, oh my god, he lives forever, was a period of both accomplishments and challenges. His rule oversaw Venice's territorial expansion in Italy and the eastern Mediterranean, enhancing its maritime and trade influence. However, it was also marked by internal conflicts and growing discord among the city's elites. Foscari's persistent pursuit of war against the Republic of Milan strained Venice's resources, while the influential Council of Ten encroached on his authority, leading to the banishment of his own son for corruption. In 1457, Foscari resigned and died in exile, a poignant episode that inspired literary and artistic works, most notably Lord Byron's play The Two Foscari. The authority of Venice's doges underwent a significant transformation through the centuries. In the early days of the Venetian Republic, these leaders wielded substantial political and military power. However, by the 15th century, their role had shifted to become more symbolic and ceremonial as the influential Council of Ten, responsible for state security matters, increasingly constrained the Doge's decision-making. The Doge's duties centered on representing Venice in formal settings, receiving foreign envoys, and presiding over ceremonies. Actual political influence lay dispersed among various councils, noble families, and institutions, like the Great Council, embodying Venice's distinctive system of governance, characterized by checks and balances, ensuring that no single figure, even the Doge, could exercise absolute authority and thereby fostering stability and averting authoritarian rule. We must curb their power. -10 council authority. All right. Now we got to get 6 buildings, including a marketplace in our capital. And it has to be the highest development province in Europe. Okay, so I think Florence is in Western Europe specifically. Yeah, I think it's just Florence. Yeah. Florence starts off at 28. Milan is the highest? No, Milan's at 21. Florence is 28. We're at 27. That's the Renaissance. Who can I rival? Ooh, I could rival Serbia. It's possible that Serbia allies Byzantium. Serbia could give me a show strength while I build the boats to attack Byzantium. Rival Florence you can pillage. Real. I can take Austria, it's fine. The thing is, if I rival Serbia, they'll definitely ally each other. I think they're going to ally each other anyways. Byzantines are friendly to Serbia, and Serbia is neutral. Alright, let's get our Austria alliance first. We're going to need these diplomats on the ball early on here. So I need 10 galleys. I have 5. Let's build 5. Really? Venice starts with 5 galleys? Why does it always feel like they have more? Clergy needs oversight. And religious diplomats. Burghers need free trade. Private trade fleets. And enforced interfaith dialogue. And bookkeeping. We're going to have very, very strong burghers. We're going to seize land and get up to 15%. We're going to try and get back over what we need here. We do have Venetian arsenal. Sailor maintenance minus 10% and ship cannons plus 10%. All right. We'll do that. My boats. They're telling me that I'll make most money if I send them to Alexandria. But that's where I'll send them. Get them out of here. We then need to be ready to attack Serbia, because I would like to do that show strength. Means I'm going to need to merc up. The free company gets me over or to my force limit, which is what I need to do. So let's hire them here. Actually, do I have professionalism? I do have professionalism. I don't think I care. I want my people to my trade league. I'm going to. I know that I know it's risky to not do it immediately, but I'm more concerned about Austria-Poland alliances. I'm gonna do that. Disconnect the galleys for a little bit. You're going to attach. I'm gonna bring you to Kataro. I'm gonna grab a general. Wow, 3322 is very good. Now I just gotta get those 10 galleys. Is the Pope my friend? The Pope has not rivaled me, if that's what you're asking. So we will not get excommunicated immediately. Which is nice. Not gonna rival anyone yet. There is 12. So let's ally Poland. That does take me over my diplomatic relations, but that's fine because we're going to invite the knights to our trade league, and then I'm going to stop guaranteeing them. Let another day pass. We add Regensburg into the trade league. That means we're now 2 over. We have Naxos as a vassal, by the way. We do want a second vassal. I'm going to stop guaranteeing Albania. I'm going to focus on getting people into my trade league first. Get you guys in. I want to invite the knights into my trade league. Good stuff. Do I have time to build? I mean, yeah, I have a year. The galleys will build in a year. Serbia is only allied Bosnia for the moment. Cyprus? I don't think I need Cyprus. And I only say that because that trade does not flow back to me at the moment. Can I vassalize Mantua once they leave the empire? Not yet, no. So I could invite Mantua in because that's a center of trade in the Venice node. But I do kind of want to control that. Getting Ragusa in would be very nice. Then again, it might just be better for me to take Ragusa for myself. I can use that as a truce reset against the Ottomans if I want to as well. I think I'll hold off on Ragusa. Let's grab Mantua. Ferrara, we need to somehow deal with eventually. I need to take this estuary. And I really would like Urbino from the Pope. And then I own every center of trade in some form in my trade league. Knights, you're already in. Is anybody else wanting to join the trade league? Sidleywood, Trentwood, Augsburg, Memmingen, Bregenz, and Salzburg. Salzburg is another center of trade in the Vienne node. So I'm going to invite them in. And I guess we could try and get some other guys in the Vienne node in. I could try and get the rest of the guys in the Yeah, and the Venice node in as well. Austria has 3%. Scilly has 3%. Bologna has 3%. Colin Scilly. What, Colin? We'll invite. Yeah, and the more people you have in, the less that they want to join. So then let's invite Trent in. And I could invite Bologna in. Yeah, sure. There we go. So we now have a quite sizable trade league. Now, we can't afford to have our prestige drop too low. I think if it's minus 25, we lose our trade league. We really don't want that. Our starting merchants, Ragusa and Alexandria and Vienna, I think those are all fine. Venice needs Oda in their lives. Real. Real. Now, do I have time? I have 1 year to deal with Serbia before I'm going to have my boats built. It's 10 galleys is what I need, and 90% of my army for Summit built. I'm building the 5 here. I could consider an early expand infrastructure. I'm going to immediately expand infrastructure. That's going to increase the boat build speed, and it's also going to give me some more money. And it's a 27 development province, so I think that's worth the admin. We're not going to be coring that much, so I'm okay spending it. We're currently focusing here, which is fine. I need to get rid of my guarantee on the knights and on Albania. Sorry, Albania. I'm not doing that. Let's bring these 7,000 troops up now. Serbia and Bosnia don't have a coast, so I'm safe to do this. Why did Denmark rival me? That's weird. Very weird. Okay. Well, let's rival Serbia. Serbia is no longer a valid rival. Damn. We didn't even get a month tick in. And off they go. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, let's rival Byzantium. And I don't really want to rival Hungary. Can I do royal marriages? No. But we could rival Burgundy. We leave the option open to ally France in the future. If I rival Hungary, there's a chance that Austria won't ally him, but there's also a chance that Austria will ally them and then they'll break their alliance with me. I can rival Florence. I'll rival the Ottomans. And I'll rival... I think Florence makes the most sense. In the hopes that Austria doesn't ally them. And keep them in the empire. Yeah? Go for that. So we're not going to get a show strength war here, which is fine. That just means that we set up for the Byzantine War, for sure. That's our first play. Austria, Poland. Hopefully Poland gets the Lithuania alliance soon. I wouldn't even mind Austria getting the Bohemian. Well, long term, I don't want Austria strong. Pope hates Florence. Easy excommunication war. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. So I'm not only one over my Diplo. I'm just gonna get rid of that guarantee on the knight. I can't believe Venice only starts off with 5 galleys. Seems so wild to me. I'm building more. We do want to make sure we're building light ships, though. We do want lots of light ships. They're very good for protecting trade. But I need to beat the Ottomans. So I'm going to have 17 galleys here. The Ottomans have how many galleys at game start? They have 7 galleys. I start off with no galley combat ability, and I also don't have it here, but I do have ship cannons. I think we'll be fine with that. Venice usually swaps to traders in power, and that gives them a gov click to get more galleys. Oh. Oh, right. We need to choose one of these. Eventually, we're going to want the guilds in charge. But it looks like we'll probably have the traders most of the time. Hey, if I go bankrupt, the guilds will be in charge. The guilds have the most powerful gov click. Okay. Counterpoint. The aristocrats have morale of armies. I think I'm going to leave it. The guilds give a gov click for gov reform progress. Oh, it's that one. Does change my mind. Oh, right. We're back to base game. So I can actually just click to get them in charge. I don't have to wait forever for it to go up. Right. Okay, but I can't do these clicks anyways. Well, the faction has 51 influence, we could. If I get the guilds in charge, spend all of our early admin. Military interaction, we lose 3 Republican tradition. We gain manpower and 3 Marines. The diplomatic action gives prosperity growth and mercantilism. And the admin one gives 50 government reform progress. Okay. All right. Well, if I can't go to war with Serbia for show strength, then I'm going to start building a spy network. I do want to own Kosovo. Go figure. I do want to own the gold mine here. I'll take Zeta and then Kosovo. So I need to start building a spy network on Serbia. And I have a core in Albania. I have a core on the Ottomans. I could improve with the Mamluks to get them to not be hostile. Because eventually we got to be friends with the Mamluks, right? Oh, this wants us to go colonial? I mean, maybe, but not for a long time. Iskandria, Venice has 25% or more trade power. I need to have 150 opinion with the Mamluks. With this mission be a diplomacy towards the Mamluks. We add them as a historical friend. We spend a bunch of money. We get the joint engineering effort happens. And I'm pretty sure we can, like, super early get to Suez, right? Is that how that works? We definitely want Mamluks on our side. For sure. 100 million%. Let's do that. Guilds are in charge. Less national manpower, but more goods produced. Plutocratic coup is fine. We'll deal with it. We definitely want to save up our admin to gain that 50 government reform progress. Because that's kind of crazy. We'll do that. When do you get here? 23rd of December? Cool. I just don't want them to take an attrition tick. I should be improving with probably Austria. You want to rival Milan, Savoy? Hungary has not allied Austria. I'm going to rival Hungary back. We also have 16% control over the Vienne node now and 60% over Venice proper. Ferrara is taking 14%. Ferrara has to die. We have to take the Po estuary as soon as they leave the Empire. Yeah, simulate rival against Hungary. Let's bring our boats back over to collect these guys. Pull back our Austrian diplomat. I'm going to embargo Hungary. And I'm going to embargo the Ottomans. Ah, right. We have a truce with the Ottomans, but that won't matter because they're going to declare on us. I will embargo Florence, who is allied to Burgundy. Is there anything else I need to do with my diplomat this month? I don't think so. Yeah, I want to revoke my guarantee on the Knights. They're close to accepting vassalization is the thing. But they won't once I take Sugla. They'll be mad. I'm going to get rid of the guarantee. Let's save my Diplo. Making 7 ducats a month, so let's grab the inflation guy. And honestly, a morale of armies guy, kind of nice for the early war against the Ottomans. Oh, the Ottomans immediately going to declare war on Albania? That's not actually that bad. I kind of want to trade guys so I can get radical reforms, though. So I'm going to risk it. Gonna risk it. And I'll move my troops after the Montic. That way we're not taking attrition. We're gonna play this real good. That is a super unfortunate time to gain that. It also makes everybody mad, except for the burgers. No way I'm taking the other option. No improved relations, please. I was not improving last month. Fortunate. We could go for a temporary alliance, by the way. With, like, France. Do we think that we can keep both these guys? They're not rivaled. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to pay the Diplo. I'm going to ally France. And then we can have France, Austria, and Poland against the Ottomans. That'll be pretty good. The mission claims on Constantinople need 90% land force limit. Yes. 90% land force limit and 10 galleys. Oh my god. Wait, what? Our force limit increased by a lot. I can hire the Grand Company then. I have to wait for the boats anyways. Then I can hire the Grand Company here in Negroponte. And allow their morale to tick up a bit. I'm gonna bring you around next month. In fact, I could probably get here this month. This is how you're actually supposed to play, I think. Like, this is like the min-max version of playing. You make sure you're not losing all of your... Oh, yep, okay. So they immediately go after Albania if I don't guarantee Albania. I don't hate this, though, because that means the Ottomans are going to be sitting here wasting manpower, sieging down these 2 mountain forts, and I have a core on Albania, so I can take that back from the Ottomans in this next war. Now, the downside is it means the Ottomans might have another mountain fort. And we bird. And we bird. Poland? Can you not do that, please? Can you please choose the freaking Virtual Union? And more water. Trade League leaders gain land and naval enforcement per member? That would be why then. Independent Lithuania is a powerful Lithuania? Yeah, but I don't necessarily need that. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be birding stuff like that. I'm going to bird Renaissance, but maybe we don't bird everything. Bad habits. Bad habits. 61%. Okay, we're building a spy network on Serbia. We're improving with the Mammed Lux. They weren't hostile. What do they want? Crete? Yeah. They weren't hostile. They would ally me. Sweden asks us to support their independence. What? Oh, right. Because Denmark rivaled me. No. Sorry. Not interested. Little busy. I'm sorry, what? Ottoman Ajam Alliance? Wild? Can Renaissance spawn on the Venice province? Oh, maybe not, because it is an island, huh? But it's connected. I think we're fine. Venice is in the region of Italy. It's not Malta, and it's not an island. It's technically not an island, because it's connected with a strait crossing. Also, we want Renaissance here because we want to get Byzantine. Go back to improving with Austria. As long as there's no one else that wants to join my trade league. Usa, Constance. Yeah, these guys are all close. If I improve relations, we might be able to get them there. Hey, dyslexic Frenchman. Run's going well. We just started, so you haven't missed anything. Get rid of the improved relations guy. Ottomans go after Albania. Royal navies. We might be doing a weird thing where we're going to try and get control over Anatolia instead of over the Balkans. I don't know. If this goes well for us, it's not going to matter. The Ottomans are going to die. Ottomans will shrimply die. Yeah, if I didn't expand admin, I could have already had the 50 government reform progress, but it's okay. Any chance? Trade efficiency. Okay. So we can now get radical reforms. If we can get it immediately, that'd be real cool. Byzantium allies Herzegovina. So I need to hire the Grand Company. I have to cancel that boat. Build the Grand Company here. I'll put this general on there for now. I'm going to need a second general. I don't want to turn our leader into a general because he'll just die. And I don't want to really hire another one. So maybe I should have hired a merc stack with a general. I didn't even look. There's a 3-4-4-3 here. But I think I'm fine with what I've got. Honestly. And our boats are coming online. Because what I can do is attack here with the general. And then I can switch them off. EUR Achievement Run after normal EU4? No, on July 5th we'll be doing Vingheim with the new update. Galleys are building. How many galleys does Biz have? 5? Okay. Gotcha. Viso's about to be done. Pull back a diplomat because we're going to need him here in a second. We're going to declare war. I meant to have these guys in Itaro. We can move here. Why am I not completing the mission? Need a couple more galleys. You here as well. Admiral would be good, but I don't think I want to spend the points on it yet. Alright, we can complete Army of the Republic. The last century and the century before have seen our peninsula fall victim to many conquerors and tyrants. We must safeguard our ideals and our people. Reveal preview branching missions, allowing us to preview and select the following up missions. We get permanent claims in the Lombardy, Po Valley, Emilia-Romagna, and Constantinople. A permanent claim in Constantinople and these 3 states in here, which we will want to own at some point. Alright, branching missions. Branching mission number 1. The Serinda system. So this is the standing army missions, the mercenary army missions, or the naval and marine missions. So if we complete quality offensive defensive quantity, have at least 20% professionalism, and is employing a mill advisor of at least skill 3. And if we completed offensive, we get 3% siege ability per level of army reformer and commandant. With defensive ideas, constructing forts will have the following effects on our provinces: 20% local defensiveness, minus 10% local dev cost, and 25% local manpower modifier. If we have quality, recruiting generals will grant 1 army tradition. If we have quantity, employing a grand captain, master recruiter, and army organizer will have no cost for reinforcements. Kind of interesting. Modern warfare tactics. We have a bunch of, okay, this is like late stuff. Soldier households and whatnot. Then you gain movement speed and fire damage received. If we go mercenary armies, refine the condottieri. If we complete mercenary ideas and we have enacted the elite mercenaries government reform, which is tier 5, then we can get assault fort cost modifier minus 50%. We'll be able to replenish the ranks of a random mercenary company stationed in our capital via a national decision every 5 years. Interesting. In Men of War, total development at least 700, and we're a great power. We release 5 mercs. Till the end of the game, we get 10% movement speed and 30% assault fort ability. Only affects mercenary regiments. And then we have branch 3, Masters of the Sea. If we complete naval, maritime, or trade in a fleet equal to or larger than 100, till the end of the game, then we have naval. Our Marines gain 5% discipline and 100% army drill gain. If we complete maritime, every owned province with a dock or shipyard type building will gain 1 base production, and we gain 20 navy tradition. If we've completed trade, the Council of 10 interactions while the traders are in power will have their cost reduced. We gain 3 mercantilism. Okay. And what's the final thing here? Navy with a state, 85 naval tradition, 250 fleet, 50 marines, 25 docked shipyards. At the end of the game, we get 10% global trade power, minus 5% ship cost, and 100% naval tradition from battles. In Venezia, increases the Venetian arsenal by 1 for free. Okay. I don't think I want to go mercs. I don't really want to take mercenary ideas. Because we need trade ideas. Trade quality gives 15% trade efficiency. Trade offensive gives 10% trade efficiency, 10% move speed. Trade naval gives 33% ship trade power. Trade quantity gives 15% goods produced. Do we get any more trade steering at all? Yeah, trade expansion, which like eventually we might take expansion. It is possible depending on how long it takes us to get to 1,000 ducats a month. Trade quality, that seems to be a pretty good idea for even more trade efficiency. Of course, I would love to take plutocratic as our first mill idea group, just because it'll make us more money, and it gives us more base reform, progress growth, goods produced, dev cost reductions, caravan power, which is kind of interesting. If we can get a hold of a center of trade in an inland node, so if we have a vassal and then we take a land on the other side of the vassal, we could get crazy control over Pest, over Kiev, over... That's really it, now that I think about it. Most of our stuff is going to be coastal for a long time. Isn't caravan power useless if you're just going colonial? Well, I'm not going colonial, so I guess that solves that problem. If I'm just going coastal. No, that makes caravan power even better, because you're going to pull from inland nodes, and you're not going to own any land in those nodes. So if you get more caravan power, you can pull more trade out of them. So it is useful. The thing is, Kiev flows into Krakow, which flows into Wien, but that means I would need to have Krakow and Kiev under some amount of control to me, which, again, caravan power would help us do that quite a bit. Ooh, also we can grab this admin interaction, so let's do that. We gain 50 government reform progress, which is kind of wild. That's a wild button click, but I'll take it. Not need to land in? I don't believe so. I think caravan power, you're fine. It's just, you need a merchant there specifically. You can't just have caravan power and then have a bunch of trade power from Pest move towards you. You have to have the merchant. But no matter what we do, trade is still the first idea group. So, as for our branching missions, I think path 1 makes the most sense, because I'm not taking naval. And I could take trade. Do I really want to build marines up, though? No. Answer's no, I don't. I think we go for the branch 1. And then, even though the quality reward isn't... I mean, it is good for +1 army tradition from recruiting generals, but it's not as good as siege ability per level. Or even the crazy amount of defensiveness and dev costs that we get from defensive ideas. But I think we go for branch 1. To be fair, I don't have to click it yet. I can wait. I just have to remember not to do anything stupid and ruin a run because I don't pay attention to the branching missions. I don't know how I would ever do that. Let's bring you over here. That there, you there, and you there. And 3 ducats a month. What's my clergy loyalty? 48%. I need to give clergy... We can give expansion as zealotry for now. And I'm going to go development of temples too. And I should probably summon the diet in order to get these loyalties up. We got obliterated by those early events. I'm going to go for prestige of 30. We'll probably get that. The Ottomans have no manpower, and they're sieging these 2 things down. I would assume that they'll go after Byzantium if I can beat Byzantium up hard enough here. Let's hope. Bring these galleys in. Ooh, I don't know if we're going to get access to Constantinople, which is fine, because we'll have naval supremacy. Right. Byzantium, I'm going to declare war for Constantinople. I will co-belligerize Herzegovina. I don't really need to vassalize them or anything, but I'll still co-belligerize because they won't call anyone in. All right. 1445, we go to war. We have France, Austria, Poland as allies. Poland has not taken the Union yet, and they might not. I'm not going to bird for it. Again. You're going to go here. This is a mountain fort, unfortunately. We're going to leave the transports. And I'm going to pull my galleys out. And we're going to go get control over the Aegean. You don't have a general, and I can't cross yet because we don't have the control. Bring you forward. This should be a stack wipe. Nice. I'm going to walk to Spoleto. And I'm going to take the general off this siege, off this guy. I'm going to move the general onto here. Actually, probably onto the merc stack so they can siege Athens. They don't need the mercs up here. Very, very good. We can make our claim on Serbia. We're guaranteed by the Ottomans at this point. Let's improve with Poland. And we could start to build a spy network up on the Ottomans, I think. Because what we could do, if this all goes to plan, we're going to vassalize Byzantium, and the Ottomans are going to declare war on them. And then we're going to call in France, Austria, Poland against the Ottomans. I think what I want to do is land in Anatolia and blockade here, occupy Biga, and then have my European allies deal with everything in the Balkans, and I siege down Anatolia for free because the Ottomans can't get back over. And the Hegemon won't be involved. 1444 win. Hopefully no time soon. Wait, why are you asking for 1444? Hold on a moment. Are you wanting me to fail or something? Is that what you're saying? Oh, nice. Where are the Byzantine boats? I'm assuming they're in Constantinople. How many boats do I need to blockade here successfully? 4. I'm going to send 4 over to Achaia to blockade there. Because again, we do have naval supremacy. And I don't want anybody crossing into Arta and whatnot. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Bring the transports down here. Grab me 3 guys. They're going to go land on Achaia. We're going to send 10,000 troops. Not 10,000. We're going to send 7,000 troops onto the fort in Moria. And I'm going to send my cavalry and other infantry to loot Corinth. I should have had my transports down here so I could immediately land. Remember, we do have Naxos as the subject. I can now attach here. We can send these guys to land. Ah, he gets away. He's just going to Cattaro to siege it down. So we'll fight Cattaro here, and then we'll start occupying Herzegovina's capital. Now you've played Ambadar and all the other submods, playing vanilla EU4 doesn't feel right. I don't know. It's kind of nice to go back to vanilla. It's much more predictable, but not like in a bad way. It's like comfortable, you know? All right, whom I... Ooh. I probably should stay in to force religion on these guys for the age objective, next age. Let's see. I need to get a golden age as fast as possible because I want this 50% ship trade power. An early humiliate on Serbia would have been great. I should have just rivaled them immediately. Though the Ottomans probably would have still guaranteed them. I don't know if I had enough time. We can upgrade centers of trade. We can get 30 development in our capital. Renaissance might be a bit difficult, but possible. Province on 2 continents? Possible. If I can somehow get to war with Tunis or something like that, then we could do so. Oh, we probably could have allied the Mamluks. It's fine. I can't take max money in war reps anyways. And what else are these mercs gonna do? Not siege us down? I mean, I could bring them to Constantinople. To be fair. Go, let's bring the transports over to blockade. We're not losing sailors, right? No. Then I can move my galleys over to blockade Constantinople. Yeah. I should be able to walk through here. And then if I attach these guys to the first army while they're moving, then I can drag them out of that province and over here. I'd like to land on Byzantium and take these troops out, because the Ottomans are going to turn around. They're going to declare war on Byzantium pretty much immediately. So you know what? Herzegovina, I'm actually just going to let you go for a little bit of cash. Real sad. I'm going to let him go. And then I'm going to go pick up those... Ooh. Actually, I can just black flag, walk them down to Negroponte. I need to land, I need to kill these 8,000, and I need to put 1 troop on Constantinople. I'll force Biz to convert? No, I will not. Unless it's in the missions. I don't force convert people. For the most part. Never worth the... Oh, no! That's actually disastrous. That's actually really, really bad. So the Ottomans are at war with the Timurids. Yeah, I can just declare now. Yeah, but now France won't get involved. So I need to curry favors with Poland and Austria. So stop building a spy network on the Ottomans. Start currying favors with both of them. That does mean that our timing here is not as important. I don't need to annex Epirus. It's like, it's one of those things where I'm going to want to give the core back. But if I leave Epirus as an OPM, maybe I can get them to join my trade league? I don't know. Well, I mean, I wish I would have known that, because then I would have sieged down Herzegovina. Darn. Also, we have a wall breach in Moria. Okay, I have 13,000 transports here. I do need my general when I land. But I think we're just going to keep waiting until I can siege on Athens and I can move my general over here. I keep improving with the Mamluks. I mean, this might give me the opportunity to just ally the Mamluks straight up. I need to break my alliance with France. Because I need Austria for the... Well, I don't need them, but I'd like them for the first Ottoman War. Yeah, now the Ottomans are heading over to Persia. There's the Siege of Athens. We're going to fight one of Athens' boats. King of the Hill. Soldiers from a certain state are causing problems among the League's armed forces. I can lose 10 prestige if the knights hate me more. Don't appreciate that. Not one bit. Get you with the general. Let's make sure we're keeping our blockade up. These ships can move over now. Move our transports in. Wrong province. You two are going to attach. It was one galley that I needed to fully blockade this. Probably less now. It is less now. We'll send these two over. Gonna go to the Gulf. I think I land directly on the Byzantines. Well, actually, maybe I don't need to. No, I do. I do. We are gonna get a landing penalty. Well, we'll see how it goes. See how it goes. There's Moria. I'm going to transfer that over to Naxos immediately because I don't want to pay for it. In this war, I'm going to vassalize. And I'm going to take Athens for myself. Even though it's going to make Byzantium mad, I don't care. Ooh, I may give it over to Byzantium, though. We'll see. There's a bunch of debuffs? Yeah, they also have the stupid debuff. Because they moved off that siege. I now have you... These are all my regular troops. I could send my regular troops to Serbia. The Ottomans will still defend. I have no other claims or cores that I could go after at the moment. I could send my regular troops to loot and lower their maintenance a bit. That's probably what I should do. And just let my mercs fight it out. Save my manpower. I can loot Athens a bit more and I can loot Achaia. Yeah. Let's just, we're gonna walk you over. Bring army maintenance down to about half. I don't want to go too low because, you know, Byzantium zealots or rebels. Never mind. Do not lower the maintenance. Byzantium has 15,000 troops here. They hired the Free Company. Fair enough. Fair enough, but still, man. Rude. Wait for the month tick, then we'll move. And Poland does take the Jagiellon. Hungary has a new monarch. What did they choose? Okay. Well, Austria is going to get Hungary then. Shoot. Does that mean... means I should probably go to war with Hungary soon. I cannot believe I just did that. I clicked the check mark on number 3. I guess that's a good reason to choose one of the branches so I don't choose the wrong one. I saw a check mark, my brain was like, gotta click that. You gotta click the check mark, man. You gotta do it. Funny button? Gotta click funny button. No other option. We could probably go speed 4. I'm really disappointed that the Ottomans aren't there war. We got the perfect Diplo too. Poland, Austria, and France. I mean, come on. Did it burn the window? Yeah, I clicked a button I should not have clicked. Should not have clicked. I'm going to click the correct button this time. There we go. Let's Siege of Moria. Transfer that over to Naxos so I don't have to pay for it. We're going to land here. You're going to go loot there. Coming over. Hungary. Hey, oh, oops. I might have birded Hungary as well. So they might not actually get Ladislaus on the throne. Oopsies. That was not intentional. But it is what it is. Gonna pick these troops up. This has not hired the Free Company this time. I should still bring the 7,000 troops over. There's a Jugalian. We'll throw you in there. You're gonna engage. You get there on the 22nd of February. I want my regular troops to arrive on the 23rd. That way they don't get... That way they don't take the brunt of the damage. You can move there. See, these are all Merc infantry in the middle, and then my infantry are on the outside. And so they are helping, but they're not taking the damage like the Mercs are. So it saves me manpower. We do roll a 0 to a 5 though, and then a 4 to a 5. That's not great. Gift to the state. I can grab 90 ducats, or I can grab 15 prestige. Now, I do need prestige for our agenda. In the peace deal, I want a Venetian vassal, and I'd like these. I do want to take Constantinople for myself. That's 13 prestige. Not bad. And fascinating. Yeah, and fascinating. So we might give up on this 90 ducats, even though it's 10 months worth of income. We're going to grab this 15 prestige. Prestige is going down, though. Most of my money right now comes from trade. I could consider giving the clergy... No, I'd be giving the burghers patronage of the arts. We gotta be real careful about giving the burghers anything, because we're never gonna get it back. Ever. Ever. We could do these Diplo interactions. Ew. Better. Is there any reason not to click these, by the way? Like, it seems like we want council authority low, right? And prosperity in Venice sounds pretty good. I do need to stab up, but I'm not spending the admin right now. We do lose some Republican tradition, but that's okay. Mill, I mean, I don't really want to not have Mill Tech 4 on time. Is the thing. But 3 free Marines, 2,000 manpower, and lower authority sounds great. Because this authority gives autonomy, which I don't want. Let's move this galley out here. How are we doing here? We roll 5. Then roll a 3. Okay, we rolled pretty bad in this fight, unfortunately. And that's why we took so much damage. I'm going to grab my troops. We're going to walk back. We are going to get a stack wipe on that. Then we can loot while we sit here. I'm going to see how much we gain on a reinforcement tick. A couple of months and it'll just be Mercs sieging, and I think I'm fine waiting for that. That's been looted. This is almost looted. Ragusa declares war on Herzegovina. That's fine. See what the Ottomans are up to. I'll send one. I can take it off next month, but we should get the month ticks going. We could go grab the Marines. I don't see any reason to, and I don't see any reason to have most of these ships out. I only need my guys here. I'm going to send my trade ships to continue doing their thing. I'm going to build... I could build a flagship. It feels a little expensive at the moment. But a trade flagship would go pretty hard right now. And we could make it really basic, too. We can just build it in Venice, light ship, ship trade power per ship and fleet, and just leave it. Like, we don't have to pay the 0.5 here. Then ooh. Wait, maintenance is only 0.28. Yeah, that's not bad. That will definitely pay for itself. Let's build that. And then I'll build a couple more light ships on top of that. Then we're probably fine on galleys for now. I'll build even more light ships, so that way I can start to protect trade in Ragusa and in Alexandria. Because Alexandria pulls into Ragusa. No, Alexandria pulls into Venice. And then we can pull from Ragusa into Venice as well. Bring you back. You can walk to Negroponte. Once this is fully looted, then I can stop paying for my troops while we're at war here. That'll be good. Okay, France does not go to war with England. That's good, because that would have called me in. And in 1447, we're not taking Tech 4 like in our For Odin run, but we are getting our Tier 2 government reform. I don't know what you really want to do with Venice here. The goods produced feels decent. We already have max burger influence forever, so more burger loyalty is always great. 5% goods produced is great, but really we want goods produced in other people's provinces. I always like to go republicanism, but if we're not re-electing all the time, I'm not sure how important that is. I do know that we have our special button clicks, which we can do once... Is it every 3 years? Ooh. And that does lower our Republican tradition by 3 each. So it seems like republicanism is still the play. We can always switch it later, because we have a button click that just gives us government reform progress. Enough to switch, in fact. Clergy are at 68. I'm going to give the... I don't want to give the burghers anything, but I might want to grant them Orthodox autonomy. Or we got to find tolerance of heretics somewhere. Thank God, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. There's our relations max with the Mamluks. Are they willing to ally now? They are. That is good. Let's bring our units back over to our territory. And then I can stop paying for them. Very, very good stuff. I'm keeping an eye out if the Ottomans don't want to defend someone. Ragusa is going after Herzegovina. I should get a claim. Or should I get a claim? I do want to take Sugla in this Ottoman war. I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to. Yeah, let's get a claim on Ragusa. I do want that center of trade. Because we have Durazzo, which is in a state, unfortunately. I'd really prefer it to be in a trade company. Epirus is about to attack Byzantium. Okay, so we're going to get put into a war with Epirus. Not exactly the person that I was hoping to get involved with, but okay. Ottomans will gain trade power in one of the nodes that we trade in, or I can spend 78 ducats and gain 25 mil power. I'm gonna let him get trade power and hope that it's Constantinople. I don't want to deal with it. Call France in? I mean, we have to. Epirus is... It's a scary rival. There's the siege of Constantinople. We don't have an admiral. And galleys do more damage in inland sea. True. We have 0.2 more morale than the Byzantines do, but they have more engagement risk because of that admiral. They only have 5 galleys. We have 16. We should absolutely decimate their navy. And we will. If I had immediately pieced out, we wouldn't have to fight Epirus, but that's okay. We don't capture any boats, unfortunately. Bring you over to Athens. Oh. Did you forget something? I think you forgot the free company there. Oops. Let's move our galleys around to Epirus. And we will vassalize the Byzantines. I mean, we could full annex here instead, but... Well, we could full annex instead. But then I don't have all this reconquest on the Ottomans, which feels kind of silly, goofy, dumb. You know? I think this will be fine. I take Athens, I take Constantinople, we vassalize him, we take max money. No one cares. Damn it. Actually, it's fine. There we go. We gain 50 admin points and noble loyalty. What? Oh, it's connected. We're gonna fight Arta here. It is Highlands, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Okay, these boats need to... Well, maybe they don't need to go away, actually. Yo! Our leader's a reformist? Nice. He's super old, so he's gonna die soon. But, that is super good. I'll revoke my embargo on Florence. We do not capture any galleys there. Perfect. I'm gonna send you out to this island. I don't think I need to pay for my troops. I think we're still fine. No reason to do that. I can also go to my nobles and hand out strong duchies. So that's great, because that makes them loyal. I do need to core this stuff up. So the question is... Wait, I can't add Athens to a trade company? Oh, it's in a state. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe I should give this over to Naxos then. To core up. I can unstate Crete. That's true. The thing is, we have Greek as an accepted culture. So, stating up things in Greece is actually not a terrible thing. It's 13 development. Do I already have a trading post around here somewhere? No, not yet. Crete is bigger than Athens? Yep. Apparently. I think I just core it up. And I think we'll state up Constantinople as well. It's a good province. Can't use either of these, but good province. Never forget to use trading posts. I think they're strong, though. They are strong. They are. Yep. For 50 admin points, you can gain plus 10 local trade power. And also, it gains minus 0.01 monthly council authority for Venice, which is also good. But just grabbing the plus 10 trade power is super nice. For reference, Ferrara has 13% control over the Venice trade node from plus 10 local trade power. Now, there's also the province trade power as well. You get about 8 from the province, other than just the Po estuary. No, sorry. They gain 2.8 trade power from their development, plus 10 from the Po estuary. So 6 Diplo Dev gives... Right, I think it's just Diplo Dev. Or is it total development? No, it's total development. 14 Dev gives 2.8 trade power. Po estuary gives plus 10. And you can slap down one of those trade posts in every trade node, other than your home one. So it is very good. You can go into port to repair, because Naxos is blockading. Now, if you're asking if you should build a trade city, the answer is no. You should never, ever, ever make trade cities. Ever. For any reason whatsoever. Just the Ottomans is up in 49. Do I have the favors with Poland? I will have the favors with Poland. Will Poland join? No. Attitude towards enemies. We might be doing it with only Austria then. Poland, what do you mean attitude towards enemies, man? Why are you friendly to the Ottomans? That makes no sense. Like, actually, why? There's Arta. So, one of these is a Byzantine core. The other one is not. I could leave Epirus alive. And I think I will. Again, they get goods produced in their provinces based off of my trade power in this node. So they'll make me more money from trade if I just let them exist. I think. It'll be interesting to see how it works. So I'll let them live. I'll force them to give their trade power to me, and I'm going to force them to give up their core in Yanya. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Byzantines are going to take it. Give up your claims in me as well. That way we can farm him for a little bit of prestige. We can always come back and kill him later. I can't actually pillage anything. Doesn't do anything. Cool. Back to the plutocratic coup. That'll go away here in a moment. New rivals unlocked. I think I rival Milan, clearly. I could rival the Pope. I could do a show strength on the Pope. I'm not going to do that, though. That's a very stupid way to do things. That's how you get excommunicated. If you have a Venice game where the Pope doesn't rival you, you know, there's no point in pushing it. I also have these trade ships. Let's move them here to Crete, and then I can have them group up with them. Ottoman Janissary rebels. Okay, and now we wait for the Ottoman truce next year in December. For sure. Ragusa's gonna lose, guys. It's that mountain fort difference. Herzegovina with the comeback. Okay, well, I can make this claim in enough time, so that's fine. Where do I want to be when the Ottoman War starts? I want to be next to Gelibolu. Gelibolu. So, but I do want some troops over here. I should leave. I do have this mountain fort, which is going to be really annoying. If I carpet siege out Tirhala, Kayseri, Yanya, and Evlonia, that would be nice. Once I take Gelibolu, I'll feel pretty good. They're winning, by the way. Because Hegemon would still join. So let's leave 2,000 troops behind in Arta. I'm going to move these 16,000 over to Constantinople. I need to make sure I get that favor with Poland, just in case. Okay, I will. Then let's improve with the Byzantines. No. Build a spy network on the Ottomans. In 50 government reform progress. What's the achievement? Exclamation point goal, but starting as Venice, become the economic hegemon. We're just doing a chill Venice game. Taking it slow. We did a couple of achievements there where we were going real fast at the end, so we're going to be vibing for right now. We are not going to have the favor with Austria to call in Austria immediately, which makes me a little nervous. To build 2 more troops. You know what else I could do? I could also grab my Marines here. Bring those down to Arta. And my galleys over here. The Byzantines want to be a march. It's an interesting option, but no. I'm going to annex them. Let's pay for our troops. Oh, and our ruler dies. Damn. I don't like any of these options. So I'm just going to let the lottery decide so I don't lose Republican tradition. None of these are good, and they're all old as hell. We get the 410, he becomes a 521. Yikes. Hopefully he gets a good trait. I guess I could have waited a couple months. Tolerance of heretics and heathens is actually a pretty good trait. For us. Marines are here. Let's move our mercs over to Constantinople. Ooh, okay. Janissaries start sieging down Salonik. That's actually really good. I need to make that Ragusa claim. I'm a couple months behind on that. Claim Ragusa. And I can improve with Byzantium for a couple months here. Right? I don't even know if I need this Corfu fort anymore, by the way. I guess it's good for army tradition. Not that I have much. Yeah, I have enough forts. Like, I'd rather build a fort in Athens or something. You can cycle leaders real quick as Venice. Yeah, so I'm going to turn this guy into a general. We need the general anyways. I think I'm going to leave these 4,000 troops over here. Maybe? Island trap the Otto War. I mean, I'm hoping that they don't get over here at all. Because we're going to want to steal this siege from the Janissaries. But I can still bring them over from this side. Let's do that. Denmark goes more Novgorod. Okay. The Byzantines just can't decide if they're going to be disloyal or not. We need to upgrade some centers of trade. I think upgrading the Athens center of trade or the Verona center of trade are going to be the most worthwhile. Because I want this Age of Discovery thing. So, I need 5 level 2s, and I have 1 level 3. We can upgrade Constantinople. We will be able to re-upgrade Salonik. We can upgrade Athens. We upgrade Verona. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get Verona upgraded so we have better control over the Venice node. We go from 63% control here to how much? How worth it is it? 0.1 ducats. Maybe I should have upgraded outside. Yikes. I guess that makes sense because I only have 20% control here. So a 5 trade power increase where I have 20% is probably worth more than a 64% where I don't. Because I just need to take the 1 province from Ferrara. That's the real problem. Who's guaranteed by Milan and allied to the Pope. The Dominican Inquisition. Uh-oh. When the Pope, with a view to crushing the Albigensian and Patarinarian heresies, endeavored to establish everywhere in Italy the Dominican Inquisition, the Republic resisted its introduction into Venice. The state charged itself to discover heretics who, when caught, were examined by the Patriarch, the Bishop of Castello, or any other Venetian ordinary. The examining court was confined to a return of fact, and it was called on to the state whether the examinee was or was not guilty of heresy. Punishment was reserved to the secular authority. This arrangement did not satisfy the court of Rome. An inquisitor was appointed by the Pope, but he required the Doge's executor before he could act, and a board was created of the 3 Venetian nobles to sit as assessors to the Holy Office. Their duty was to guard the rights of Venetian citizens against ecclesiastical encroachment, including the non-interference in religious matters within the colonies. Without their presence and their sanction, no act of the Holy Office was valid in Venice. The Inquisition in Venice was certainly no sanguinary office, thanks no doubt in a large degree to the independent attitude of the state, which insisted upon the presence of lay assessors at every trial. We also have a cardinal minister. I'm going to take the prestige. The stab cost could be kind of nice, though. We don't really want to lower our tolerance of heretics. Like, we have a lot of heretic provinces, and until I can fully deal with that, like, I don't want to lower it. Which means I think we need to make the Pope upset with us, which is fine. That gives us +3 tolerance of heretics, so that gets us up to 110% religious unity. For how long? Forever. Pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm glad I paid attention to that. And then Cardinal Minister, we could lower it back down. I'm just going to take the prestige. We get up to 50 prestige. Now we do need to save. We are going to save Scum getting Renaissance. Sorry. Go to the Papal State. We have 7 Pope points. I think I want to save up for Papal Emissary to get +1 yearly Papal Influence. Humanist losing value? It is. And the Papal Bull just gave us an additional. I'm clicking on all the wrong buttons. That's 2 tolerance of heathens. Still, though. I'm going to try and get Faceting. I'm going to get Faceting. Can you get Faceting in Venice? Isn't that one of the places where you're not allowed to? We can get it in Constantinople. I know that. So that's where we're trying to get it. Yeah. You can't get it in Venice. No go. No go. We can get it in Constantinople. Filthy Kitty, thank you for the 20 months. Appreciate that. No, you must not control Constantinople. Right. It's all coming back. That's why people give Constantinople over to Naxos. And then you have to hope that Naxos gets 50 prestige to spawn in Faceting, which is not going to happen. Unless it's based on my prestige? But that would be weird. So we might not get fascinating. The only other glass that I can see close by is sienna. And there's no gemstones. Also, I could ally the Mamluks. It cost me 1 Diplo a month. It's probably worth it, though. To kind of secure that. And then I need these 2 boats together now. I'd like you to protect trade here and go home while at war. And then I need a lot of money. 25% or more trade power here. And the Mamluks to like me a little bit more. Yep, and Ragusa gets annexed by Herzegovina. What trade power are we going to get up to? 22%? Alright, if we can get to the first Splendor for more Venetian trade, or if I can get a couple more boats down here, or a decent admiral, we could probably get up to the 25% necessary. But it will cost me 600 ducats at the moment. Would add the Mamluks as a historic friend, which would be quite nice. I doubt the Mamluks are going to want to share their... Nope, nope, nope. They are not willing to share. Not sharing, not nice. I should be able to call in the Austrians after the war has started. I could seize land here. It would be nice to seize land, but I'm gonna get rebels somewhere in my country. I think I'm gonna wait till after the Ottoman War. It'll also make it to where the plutocratic coup doesn't take up as much as quickly. Yeah. I gotta get more loyalty on the burghers. I need a base of 80 loyalty on burghers. I guess I am gonna get patronage of the arts. Unless there's one of these other ones that I wanted to give. Every owned province with an estuary or center of trade gains minus 15% province governing cost. But the burghers will not lose crown land share from developing provinces. Long term, that's really good for us. Because that's really all we want to own. So I think we're going to give out the city expansion privilege. There's also an argument for giving out burgher economic freedom, too. For more merchant trade power and more provincial trade power. But if I do that, I cannot give out any other burgher privileges. Ever. And I'll never be able to take it away. Risky, but it's kind of what we're all about. So I'm gonna do it. Scales with influence, so you know, it's great. And loyalty. So we now have a loyalty of 82. So once this gets up to 82, I can seize land without the threat of plutocratic coup ticking up. So that'll be cool. Alright, Ottoman War. Now. Well, hello, little Ottoman stack. How are you? That's kind of unfortunate. That's actually really unfortunate. I thought for a second it was going to be good. But now it's bad. Because they're about to go relieve the siege of Selanik, and I don't really want that to happen. I don't think I could stop it even if I wanted to, though. Like if I move you here... Oh, no, they're not. They're going there. Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to bring these mercs over. You're going to move down to Constantinople. And you're going to go immediately take this, and these guys are going to help. I do not have Tech 4. The Ottomans do have Tech 4. Integrate Galata. If I have 50% more trade power, or more trade power here, then I can gain 3 development in Constantinople. I can also gain development in Constantinople. Oh. Right. Let's go ahead and do the Scula Grande. I'm sorry. We gain 10 Splendor when we establish this? And an Inno? Cool. Patronize the Sculi Grande. The basics of education that pertain to the preservation of vital knowledge are some of the defining features of our society. To cultivate the next generation is to ensure our future. In an Inno. I'm losing the Inno. L. El Bozo. That gets us up to 28 development. We're going to save the game here. Because we're going to get the Renaissance. That's going to give us Tech 4, which we need against the Ottomans. Let's wait for... How many favorites do I have with Austria? Okay, in a couple months, I'll be able to call in Austria. Did spawn? Okay. Renaissance didn't spawn 1450. That's fine. No big deal. Ottomans? I'd like to declare a reconquest war for Selanik, which is mine. The Mamluks would join on a promise of territory. It's an interesting option. But I don't think so. Don't think so. Now, how close is Ajam to wanting out? Not super close. The Ottomans have 11 galleys and 1 heavy. I should probably get an admiral. Slow down my tech. Who wants to be an admiral? You can't spell fasting because the Venetians effectively killed the Eastern Roman Empire. There's a special condition on the event not owned by Venice. Yeah, look, they're just being dramatic. All right, those silly Byzantines. We only sacked the city 1 time. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, I'm making you an admiral, so you have to be good. You have to be cracked if I'm going to turn you into an admiral. That's the rules. You have 13.6 Navy tradition. Good luck. 2 maneuver. 8 max pips. You got 4. You're mid. But you got 2 maneuver pips, and that's what really matters in the end. So, congratulations. You get to live in real life. Dun, dun, dun. Bruce Thrillis, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. You are going to go to Edern. We don't want our ruler on a siege. You are going to go to Gelibolu, and I'm actually going to keep you here. I'm going to keep 3 troops off of this. Until I'm Tech 4, I don't want to siege down Edern at the same time. If the Ottomans weren't here, then I would do both at the same time, but we don't have that luxury. We're going to go steal the siege from Selanik, and once we get naval supremacy, we're going to use our transports to blockade Selanik, so that way I can siege it down very quickly. Okay. Holy shit. Okay. Turns out, this is actually trash. And not good. Again, is great. Well, I know what to tell you because we just got our ass kicked. This is now bad. This is now very bad. This might 1444 us. I'll be honest with you. That was just about as bad as it could have gone. We did get a wall breach on Gelibolu, though. I can call in Austria. We snag this siege. I can bring you out here. The Ottomans do retreat back across the Bosphorus, so I don't need my Marines here. I don't think I need these two troops either. I'm going back to speed 3. I'm tech 3, so I can't assault. That's death. We're repairing our ships. If the Ottomans show back up with all their troops, I'm gonna be in trouble. The Austrians are on their way, though. If I just overstack on this siege, it might just mean that the Ottomans leave me alone. They're still... Okay, they're beating the Timurids. The Hegemon is winning. Hegemon is winning. That's with the 3-star general. Byzantine does have a 334. 3341 specifically. We have the better siege general. We have 2 wall breaches here. I'm gonna go here and here. You're gonna walk around to get Iskandora. Here come the Austrians. Did I lose any ships in that engagement? I did. I gotta rebuild those. Damn, man. Our 4 galleys got obliterated. Apparently we need more. Okay, there's Selanik, however you say it. You're going to occupy rest of the Balkans. You are going to walk over and siege down to Dern. Did I build ice ships? Thank you. Force of habit. Never building galleys, you know how it is. I can state up Constantinople. I could concentrate development. I don't think there's a good reason to do that. I think I'll just full state there. I'll do this Diplo interaction for prosperity in Venice. At 25%, I'd really love to find a stab somewhere. I'll do that. I don't know if I want to do the military action because I really do need Tech 4. What? Oh, he's pirating. Where? Where is he pirating? Here. Oh, nice. There's radical reforms. I think I want to grab that morale of navies guy. And I want to grab this stab cost guy. Or a national tax guy or something. So I think I'm going to just say, get out of here, both of you. We gain 200 of each monarch point. I can still gain the Inno for Diplotech. And I will take that. And then we're going to hire the morale of navies. And I'll probably hire the stab cost guy. And I will stab up once Athens is done coring. This gives me 4.4% stab cost. This gives nothing. It does give monthly council authority though, so we gotta be careful there. Okay. Austria, if you could siege this down, I'd really appreciate that. Doesn't seem to be interested in doing what I ask. Gotta respect that. This takes sailors, which I'm fine with taking a little bit of attrition on there. Actually, why don't you go into Iskoop? Hungary declares war on Wallachia. Austria is going where I told them to go now. Send you guys around. We could consider chaining a war into Serbia here, or we could break the Ottomans' alliance with... Well, actually... If I can get naval supremacy, I can truce reset the Ottomans by going to war here. And I can even call in Poland to help me actually siege all this down. And then I can take more money from the Ottomans. Because here's the peace deal. I would like my core back. What? Yeah, I'd like my core back, thank you. And then I'd like you to return a bunch of cores to Byzantium. And then I'll return Edirne to Byzantium as well. Right? I'd like my core up here. Might as well. And then... What? If I'm feeling aggressive... I want at the very least war reps. Ooh, a humiliate would go so crazy right now. We need a humiliate. Because that will help us with our age objective. If I humiliate and then immediately declare war on Serbia and then come back for max money, that would be good. And if I don't call in Poland, I can take all of the Ottoman money instead of Austria taking a frick ton of Ottoman money. Now, there are some other options. I could grab Sugla Hudavendigar. And maybe like Teke? Eek, Teke, whatever it is. I gotta be careful about taking too much from the Mamluks here, though. They'll get kind of mad. But that way I can get a claim on Adana, so I could grab this and the Aleppo node. And then I can start pulling trade out of the Aleppo node. And I could go after... I can make a claim on Gendar here. As well. I think I need the Humiliate, though. I'm going to stop currying favors. I'm going to start building a spy network on Gendar. Province next to Adana is in Asia, too. Ooh. Real. Real. So if I go to war with Ramazan first. Okay, they're allied to Dulkadir. So yeah, if I go to war with you, co-belligerize Dulkadir. Oh, and then co-belligerize here. Oh, cool. I can just go after all three of them. Boom, boom, boom. I can take Sinop. I can take Adana. I can take Aintab. And then I have a province in Asia. And I can get more splendor. And I can start pulling trade out of Adana, hopefully, and into, like, Constantinople. And then from Constantinople into Ragusa. I need to get more merchants. And I think Sugla and Sinop are going to be the best for that in the Constantinople node. And Hudavendigar. Because I'm going to keep Constantinople stated up. Yeah. I think that's the play. So I take... I don't need to take Teke. It's fine. I don't need this yet. I go over the Humiliate. We attack Serbia. We get our stuff. We take money from the Ottomans. We go to war with Gendar. We take Ramazan. And we get all that. Good. Good plan. Good plan. Hopefully the Mamluks don't ruin it by allying someone. Wow, the Austrians are really going crazy right now. I appreciate that. They're real for that. I should consider building some marketplaces out there in the world. Again, I don't think marketplaces in Venice are worth as much. Then again, I do need, what is it, 6 buildings in Venice proper. And it needs a marketplace. So it makes sense for Venice to be the first place that I build a marketplace, so let's just do it. We can go here. We can walk here. Let's transfer Selanik over to Naxos so I don't have to pay for it. We do probably want to integrate Naxos at some point in the near future. Okay. Aragon does join Castile. A little unfortunate. It would have been super cool if they didn't do that. That could have opened up some crazy opportunities to expand for trade in this part of the Mediterranean and get control over Genoa, but we'll have to fight Castile for that if we ever get there. We need to use this diplomat. Let's improve with France. If you vassalize Genoa, you get 40% trade power on the other node. Yeah, that's true. They're 106% war score at the moment, though. So I don't know if I can. But I could go to an early war with them, take these 2 provinces off of them, or maybe I can take Afa and Azov. That would be better, so that we can get control over Crimea, and then I can vassalize them in a second war. You know what claim should get you there with war score cost reduction? Maybe, depending on what I can claim. If I claim Kaffa, it's like a solid maybe. But I definitely want these Crimea provinces before that. Would love to not have to overstack here, but when I don't have naval superiority, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. Our leader's also on the siege. 70 years old. Let's get him off that siege. We don't need him having troubles. You guys can come down and you can start looting. Let's loot Bulgarian land, because that is what we're not taking. Felipe is actually fine to loot. Save. Alright, bird. Who got it this time? Saluzzo? Saluzzo? What the? Who do you think we are? The random ass mountain province? 11 development? Meanwhile, it could have spawned in the glorious Venezia? Come on. Gonna leave Biz alive for goods produced or annex? We have to annex them. Biz vassal has too many rebels to leave alive. We could feed the land to other people, though. Like, we could release Bulgaria as a vassal at some point, and then we do that. But we do have Greek as an accepted culture, so it is probably worth it to state up all of the Greek land and keep that as our core territory. Venice is not an island, technically. An island cannot have a straight crossing. So because there's a straight crossing from Treviso to Venezia, it can spawn in Venice. Renaissance spawns in Florence. Fair enough. I'm not accepting it, but fair enough. Florence, more like Borance. Got him. Nice. I'll never recover from such a vicious attack. Third time's a charm. Just give me the Renaissance. Give it to me, please. Yeah, I'd be real kind. Real kind if you gave me the Renaissance. Two hours later. Yeah, real. Real. Bezos just rented Venice. Well, could he give me the Renaissance then? I'd appreciate that. Death of a merchant. I can get a half-price skill 3 artist. Well, it doesn't matter if I don't get Renaissance. Okay. No Renaissance. I could bird the no Renaissance as well. I'll take the event. I can get a national unrest guy. No, I'd rather take the artist here. 15 prestige. And then when I get 63 duckety doo, so next month I can hire this guy. Alright. Gelibolu has been taken. Oh god. Naxos? Are you okay? Naxos says it's time for naval battle. We roll a 1. We're losing a galley here. Should not have listened to Naxos. I have more galleys being built, man. We just need a little bit of time. We almost made it across. If I can sit here and repair... Oh, nice. Free stab. Wait, let's hire the stab cost guy. I could grab the government reform progress, too. Or I could go to 2 stab. Which would be really nice. More national tax. You could get to level 3. Plus 250 governing capacity. Devotion to the people. For years of separatism reduction. And yearly Republican tradition. Government reform progress is legit easy to get as Venice. Okay, but that means that I should just invest into it to get it faster. Plus, getting up to this extra diplomat sounds kind of nice. I'm going to go for the government reform progress, and then I'm going to stab up to 1. That way we can build up prosperity in Venice. Of course, the fact that I don't have naval superiority does not help with keeping that going, but... And Gelibolu, I'll give it over to Byzantium. As long as they're not bankrupt. They're not. Bring you down. Georgia's having a bad time over there, I see. We have another couple of galleys that are being built, and if we can bring those over, we repair all these galleys. I wish I could build a shipyard right now so I can actually repair here quickly, but we're a little bit not there yet. There is Miltech 4. There's the Siege of Adurn as well. Gonna send 1 troop over with my 2 siege general to help out. This is fully looted. I don't mind looting the provinces that Byzantium's gonna get. I definitely don't want to take attrition though. Grab EU5 and go to Turnovo. A little bit of unrest, but not likely to rise up there. Alright, we're about to get another couple of galleys. I think the galley combat ability is probably better than the ship cannons. At least for right now, that's what it seems to be. I mean, we got obliterated by the Ottomans, and I don't know why we would be getting obliterated by the Ottomans like that. Okay, they're done with the... Eh. What? Where did troops go? Well, they're done with the Timmy War, which means the Jam is turning around to come and fight us. I don't know where... Okay. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Exploded. Yes. Naxos, I'm not following your lead, man. You have the stupidest plans. You really do. You're just stupid. You're just stupid. Just downright dumb. There's our next government reform progress. GovCap, Republican tradition. The answer is GovCap. A Republican tradition. But it's so good to not get obliterated by being a merchant republic, so it's always GovCap. I like to not lose. The Ottomans have no troops, so I'm going to ensure that we can safely cross. Which we can. The Ottomans let me cross. So we're going to secure Biga. The Pope has rivaled me. We probably want to buy indulgences. Never a good thing to be rivaled by the Pope. At least in my opinion. Sounds kind of bad. Naxos is a 3 siege general. That's there, and we are blockading it. If I don't have to fight the Ottoman Navy, I won't. 'Cause then I risk losing naval supremacy. The Grand Company. You're going to go to Sugla. I want you to pick up that 2 siege general. I can't. It's on this siege up here. Gonna split up a bit. I don't know why the Ottomans just ran out of troops. Okay, Austria's gonna go there. So actually I'm gonna send you to Ankara. Yeah. And now I do need to contest Ottoman naval supremacy. So I get there. The fight begins on the 1st of December. We will get there on the 1st of December. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully better than last time. We have one galley that's still pretty injured. We roll a 0. We roll a 1. We roll a 0. We roll a 6. Well, we rolled, I think, just about as bad as we could have, but I think we're going to win it. I was like, what's that sound? Fucking excommunication. Man, that's so stupid. It's okay. We're about to die. We're old. Then I'll just make sure that I actually buy indulgences immediately. Hope be like, I love excommunicating. Anyways, I think we're going to just annex the Pope. I think that's the play. Yeah, I think we just annex the Pope. I mean, maybe we can release somebody here. Ooh, if I could do some shenanigans to get like a Orthodox vassal to own Rome. Like if I can take Calabria off of Naples and Napoli, I could feed an Orthodox vassal Rome, then I can just kill the Pope, and then he won't be a valid rival. Or I just get big enough to where he can't rival me. That's also not. I disagree that he can rival me at all, but whatever. Cool. So, shoot. Okay, no feudalism. We're fine. You're gonna go repair here. You're gonna get a 10-1. I'll do this military interaction now. Gain a bunch of manpower, bring that council authority down. Let's grab you to here and you to here. Isn't Kaifa is here and looking to cause issues. Make that claim. Of course, everybody that's Catholic now hates me more. I know the Poland will join, but I don't need their help now. Now we're fine. Bring you over. Ah, fuck, dude. Now I have to improve with everybody because I'm excommunicated. How long does indulgences last for? They can't excommunicate me for 5 years. My whole damn trade league is going to fall apart if I'm excommunicated. Is it worth it? It is worth it. It is. I don't want my trade league to fall apart because then my force limit and my money just collapse. I just have to outscale the Pope. I have to get bigger than the Pope in the next 5 years to where they can't rival me. Or I need to just fucking kill the Pope. But I don't think we can do that. Don't think we can pull that off. We're gonna go back and blockade this. Gonna repair damaged ships. We're gonna split you in half. And we're also gonna blockade over here. Vassalizing the Pope is only a 1 dip rep malice. Really? I need the Pope to annex these 2 vassals. I don't want them as vassals. I think it's the only way. Yeah, that will get above 100%. I mean, we can inherit these 2 guys. We can always let them go. It's a lot of prestige, but if I make them disloyal, I don't think I lose the prestige. Or I can give them up in a war or something. I do want Urbino for myself. But I think we have to vassalize the Pope. I think it's our only option for a long time until they leave me alone. And they won't because of how stupid rivalries work in this game. They're like, ah, yeah, Pope, valid rival. Don't they have like 100 less development than I do? Dude, get out of here. They have 63 development compared to my 211. Whatever. If Naples wants Pope lands, ally Naples, split up Pope with Naples, give him Roma. Real. They kind of want Roma. There's no guarantee that they'll actually take it, though. Isn't it because he's a Catholic? He'll be like, no. I'm not taking that. Better kill the papal states than vassalize the random theocracy that becomes the papacy, in your opinion? Well, but my problem is holding Rome. That's the issue. Holding Rome's the problem. Because then you get -2 dip rep. I mean, even losing -1 dip rep is going to suck. Florence declares war in Siena. You get an event to release them if you want them in Rome. That's fair. And if the Pope is an OPM, then they definitely can't rival me. Bruce, admin tech? Yeah. Fine. Alright, Ottomans. Go ahead and give all this back except Selenik. You're giving that to me. Leave it off the peace deal for now. Adern, humiliate. It'll be great. We almost have the Ottomans fully occupied. There's Ankara. Keep moving forward, slowly but surely here. No Renaissance again. Okay. Albania province, thank you. Need to go here, and now we need to beat the Ottoman Navy. It should be the end of their navy. Proceeds from land battle, or from naval battles is nice. Yeah, because there's nowhere for their navy to retreat to. So I can get my ships back to protecting trade in Alexandria. There is actually somewhere they can retreat to. That province. I forgot about that one. And that will be the Ottomans fully occupied. They haven't had a chance to repair yet, so we should just destroy their boats. Boom, boom, boom. Now they're gone. Go back to Constantinople, so that way we can repair. Perhaps too obsessed with this game, 100 hours in the last 2 weeks? It'd be like that. Welcome to the grind. To the map gaming grind. Oh, should peace now? I agree, they should peace now. Real. And yet, I'm doubtful. Depending on how much war score I really need. Nope. Average AI game plan. Stay in war till the heat death of the universe. Fully occupied? No peace. No peace in our time. Oh, I should have checked which state I got prosperity in. It looks like I did get it in Venezia, though, so that's nice. Okay. Not yet. We're bringing our troops back. The Ottomans are going to get 100% revanchism from this, which is going to suck. Ottomans might be bankrupt, too. That's something to consider. Ottomans might be bankrupt. Not yet. They don't have that many loans, so we're fine. Hegemon high enthusiasm. Serbia is still Tech 3. Bosnia is also Tech 3. They are maintaining their fort here. Make a claim there. Like the others, you can just form Italy or SPQR and avoid the Rome debuff. That's true. I could form Italy. We're a little far away from Italy, though. But yes. That's true. So I want to immediately siege down the Ottomans again. But I don't want to risk losing prosperity on my capital. So I do have to do something. Though if I declare this, Poland would join. So Poland will probably defend me. I wouldn't get full money from the Ottos if I call in Poland, though. But it would weaken the Ottos, and that's what's really important at the end of the day. End of the day, it's about weakening the Ottomans, not necessarily about empowering myself, even though both of those things are nice. If you're papal controller when you form Italy, it's guaranteed papal controller for the rest of the game. That would be kind of nice. I claim Urbino, because I definitely want that center of trade in my node. Confirm Thessalocracy. If I finish trade ideas. So eventually. Okay, Ottomans. Austria, are you still Tech 3? You moron. You freaking bozo. But his allies are in, so like, you know, what am I supposed to do? Like, is he supposed to peace out now? Like, come on. That's an unreasonable thing for me to ask for. For the Ottomans who are fully occupied to peace out, because their ally is... They're allies in the war, so, you know. What do I expect? Access control Selenik? Yeah, I know. But the peace deal is still giving it to Byzantium, which just is the same amount of war score as giving it to me. Temples? Well, now I want to pay off my debt. Probably wasn't worth it. No, it was. It was worth it. Because if I had lost my trade... Okay, good. I thought France was getting the personal union. That's not good. Hold on. Birdie won't do anything. Fucking Ottomans won't peace out. Even though I have them fully occupied. Come on, man. Okay, Ajam's out. Ajam's out, Ajam's out, Ajam's out, Ajam's out, Ajam's out. Wow. Good thing that Persia can't come and help you now, Ottomans. Because now I can actually piece you out. I take Selanik. Byzantium gets all their cores back. I gain my 1 core up here. Do I even want this? Like, why do I have this core? What am I going to do with it? I guess it connects my coastline, so it's worth it. The guarantee's broken? No. Hungary declared war on Bosnia, not Serbia. But it's still gonna mess it up, but it's fine. Sure, Austria's actually I get most of it. We peace out there. I do state this up. I immediately declare war here. I call in Poland. Ottomans are gonna break their alliance. Their guarantee. Okay, now I declare war on Poland. Or no, I declare war on Serbia with the help of Poland. I can complete a mission. Expand the terra firma. I've grown by at least 2 states. We have not humiliated Milan, so we're not getting the 10 prestige. Our navies help protect our serene state from seaborne attacks, but our landward defenses are sorely lacking. Our best hope is to establish more buffer territories and give our enemies something to fight through before they can reach the capital. For 20 years, we lose 0.05 monthly war exhaustion and gain 10% fort defense, permanent claims in the Tuscany and Tyrol areas. My capital is 15 Diplo Dev. We get to do that. Austria needs to not exist. Okay. Or be a subject. That's a crazy requirement. I guess it doesn't really stop anything, so it's not that big of a deal. And then North Italian rivals, I need pretty much all of Italy under my control. Okay. All right. Mission is called Destroy Austria. It is. It is called Destroy Austria. It's just a little crazy to ask that, is all. But to be fair, if Austria loses the emperorship, which they will not at the moment, then be fine. Ladislaus is dead, so Hungary is definitely staying independent. Unless they declare the war. You're involved there. You go to Hudavendigar. You're going to send 7,000 troops to Kocelli. You're going to Sugla. You are sending these 5 up here. You're going to Biga. You're going to Saruman. I'm bringing my galleys out. I quickly need to get as much of Ottomans occupied as possible. The Pope is still a valid rival, by the way, for them to choose me for whatever reason. Ever reason. Renaissance? Fuck. You're right. Thank you. Good call. Good call. Good call. Good call. How many times does a man have to burn to get the Renaissance? I'm just saying. Like, come on. The tree is build up the force limit, grow a little, destroy Austria. And it's like, well, okay. There are other places I'd rather go destroy first. You know? How far back is this going to set me now? Damn. Well. 1444. Not really. But we do not get the Renaissance. We didn't go a month tick, though. I should have been ready for the pause. I was not paying enough attention. That is 300 monarch points that we don't get. And development, too. I was really hoping for that in our capital. I'm tempted to restart the campaign for that, but I don't think it's worth it. It's just 300 points. We'll get it somewhere else. I'm going to pay off that loan. You're going to go to Toku, Silistra, Turnovo, and there. And hopefully we can get a bunch of money out of the Ottomans again. Really like them to break their Ajam alliance, but more reps and money, which I only get half of because Poland, it just exists in the war, I guess. All right. It's a little ridiculous. Little ridiculous. Ooh, Ottomans ally Herzegovina. Now, ain't that something? Ain't that something? Let's bring you down here. 4 auto cannons being killed. Well, that's 10 times. You serious? We didn't kill him fast enough. I really need a stack wipe on that. It's okay. We can still get there. I do need to occupy Kosovo. Hold on, guys. 1 second. All right. I want to go step on Kosovo, but I don't want to entice Bozo being Serbia and Bosnia here, into stepping on my stuff and attacking my troops. I kind of need Poland to walk through here to help me out and make sure that that doesn't happen. These Constantinople rebels are fine. We'll deal with them. I want those Ottoman cannons. Ottomans are up to 15,000 troops. Revanchism is cheating. Change my mind. Wait. That's not even revanchism. Did they hire mercs? Yeah, okay. Fair enough. You're going to Kosovo. Here and here. I mean, I could do something interesting where I immediately declare war on Herzegovina and take even more money from the Ottomans. And we just drain them of money until they bankrupt. I hate that they have cannons. God damn it, we were so close. We gotta back up. He's trying to attack me. England is the papal controller. Thank God England doesn't hate me, so I won't get excommunicated now. Ottomans are at -12. You're going to stand on there to make sure that they don't feel tempted to attack. -14%. Thank you. The other option could be just to have a shorter truce and come back for the Ottomans later. I don't hate that idea either. Let's do that. That pays off our debt and also unlocks the ability for me to build some marketplaces, or when I'm at peace, upgrade 2 centers of trade. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, that's being sieged down, but I got these 2 provinces, which is what matters. Really, I only need Kosovo. Okay, successful. Let's see, what now? I have 150 opinion. I have 783 ducats. Yeah, you know what? Let's take the loans and let's complete Into the Red Sea. The uncharted seas south of As Susways are home to tales of glory, coin, and honorable death. As we strive to conquer wealth and write our names in history, we must be brave and step into the unknown seas beyond our domain. Mamluks get me as a historical friend. Completes the mission Highway of an Empire. The event Joint Engineering Effort happens. For them. Nice. And so now we have the Suez, which we could upgrade if we had a bunch of money. But what's most important is, number 1, we're down here and can add this to a trade company. Number 2, I could go colonial and start heading out over here if we really, really wanted to. That is pretty cool. We do get one of these trade goods of the Mediterranean. Unfortunate that that's there, but it is. I guess this means that I'm not going to get this state to add to my... Well, I guess I could, actually. I could still take all of this and add to trade companies. Nothing that says I can't. What now, though? The Ottomans are in big debt, so I could go after Herzegovina and grab Ragusa. Yeah. I think that's the correct thing to do. We can go after Ragusa. And guys can... We have access to the Ottomans? We do. Cool. Do walking up here. Really like my transports to all be together. Construction commences in Shirkaya. Starts the construction of the great project Suez Canal. What? It's 1454. Okay. I guess. I'm not gonna say no. Ah, they're destroying my prosperity. Boo. Why is Naples? Oh, no, 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 no. I hate the Iberians. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that? I fucking hate Castile. Only bozos would play Castile. Broken ass mission tree. I wonder who would do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna take Ragusa here. Then, man, I really wanted to go after Naples too. That's a big war. Ferrara is still in that thing. What's the date they have to leave by? It's not for a while. Would love to grab Urbino. Trying to think if it's better for me to go after Gendar though. It probably is. Do the Gendar, Dulkadir, Ramazan wars before the Mamluks try and take this stuff up here. Yeah, see, they're already going after AQ. So let's get our troops to Constantinople, actually. A little bit of failed micro here overall. But I currently have access to the Ottomans, so if I can be quick with this, be in a good spot. Quality wool gives me some money. I do appreciate that. Let's declare war on you, Kublai, Dulkadir, and Ramazan. We're now losing Inno again. You need our 2 siege general. You're going to go towards Sinop. Bring our navy out. Blockade. Blockade here first. Because I also... Okay, the Ottomans are back down to 5,000 troops. Leave their mercs. They got rid of half their cannons. That's a victory. A small one, but a victory. You guys are going to go down towards Ramazan and company. You're going on to Sinop. You're going to take those guys and one of them. We're going to kill these 2 lights. Then we're going to move our galleys over to blockade. We have 5 galleys over here. Okay. I need to be improving relations. I need to lock back in. Government reform progress. It's a lot of admin, but that's a lot of gov reform progress. Bosnia's out. Just want the gold mine from Serbia. Of course, Hungary got Moldavia in this timeline. Croatia annexes Scilly. That is interesting. That is going to piss off Austria. They don't give that back. You're going to blockade over here. Making your way up. Serbia has accepted peace with Hungary. Okay, Lithuania's moving in. Poland's moving in. Byzantium's busy doing that. Good stuff. I can use the mill interaction. Let's bring that down. And Council Authority is now trending upwards. So I think we're going to stop using the mill one because it sucks. Hey, can you die, by the way? Like... 75 years old? Yeah. 25% average monarch lifespan. Elder abuse? Correct. I should be careful about trying to siege down these. I should just siege one at a time and then bring you over. It's not fully looted, but that's okay. Right, Serbia's capital has been taken. Like, I could take more from Serbia, and the reality is Hungary is going to vassalize or annex Serbia if I don't. I don't think I care. I can't really afford to have Serbia as a vassal. I still need to annex the Byzantines, and then I have Naxos as a vassal, and I'd like to find some vassals elsewhere. Little spy network here. Little spy network here. Why did I do that? I need to peace out. Serbia, I want Kosovo. War reps. I am going to pillage your capital. I am going to force religion. I am going to take max money. We could keep building the spy network. 19,000 troops. Really? Got a lot more troops over here than I thought they would. But now we're standing here staring at them, making sure they don't try anything funny. Or get you down here. You can start to siege that down. Let some time pass. Herzegovina has given up. I take Ragusa. I force religion. I take money. Give up your claims and me. I cannot pillage your capital. So be it. It is an estate, but we now have that center of trade. I could grab another general from the estates. I gotta seize land. These burghers have got. We gotta stop getting bad events from the burghers. But I'll do this because I need another general out and about. There's Renaissance in our capital. Could have already been there. I'll need to take a province off of Genoa in Constantinople and two provinces off of them in Crimea. Then we can consider vassalizing them. Or I can just grab these two. Many different options. We build a spy network on the Ottomans to gain a claim. And then Hungary on Croatia. Serbia, I no longer need to enforce religion on you. We'll just force you to get rid of your claims on me. And we still have enough Ottoman spy network where I can just claim... I should have claimed Hudavendigar. That's what I'm actually going to take. What's that balkanization of the Caucasus? Just Georgia blowing up. Just Georgia blowing up. Having a good time with it, I would hope. Hungary did take that. I would like to transfer trade power. They don't really have much here anymore. That's not really worth it all too much. I'll get a 1-1 to my capital. I can take 115 ducats. They give up their claims. Thank you very much. Start to core up Kosovo. That gets Venice to 30 development. Grown by at least 8. Start out at 27, so it's grown by 3. Yeah. Not exactly fantastic. We are at 93% progress towards our... this. Hope we gotta declare war on me or something. What was I saying? Oh, we almost have prosperity in our capital. Ottomans declare war on QQ, as they should do every single game. Fun fact. Why is Austria still over here? I think he's stuck. I could embrace the institution. I don't really see a reason to. It's still spreading in Treviso and in Padua here. Super quickly to this. So I'll let it spread a little bit more. Oh, and I can start my golden age right now, actually. Large city, accumulate rival, and I already own 2 provinces. Different continent. Right, yes. No. Oh, yeah, because I got these. Right. I was like, wait a second. How'd I get that? But yeah, we got the Suez stuff. So that's pretty good. Which means I don't actually need to take anything off of Dulkadir, which is great, because I don't actually want anything off of Dulkadir. I would like stuff off of Syria, but I don't think the Mamluks are going to be too cooperative. And again, is this a Syrian core? No. Darn. Could try and feed Assyria back to the Mamluks. We might still betray the Mamluks, by the way. I don't know why we would stay friends with them like this. Switzerland is going to attack Milan. That is very bad. If the Swiss take Milano, that's very bad. If the Swiss take Como, that's very bad. This Austria alliance is most certainly not going to survive. Offense or defense? How about don't steal my stability? How about that? We're so close. So close to prosperity. Dude, I do not like Venice. Can I say that? I actually hate Venice. This shit sucks. Being stuck with dog shit rulers forever is not good. Fun fact. Not a fan. War reps and money, please. With a historical friend, you can just ask the Mams to give back Syrian cores. But I don't have a Syria core is the problem. Hungary goes to kill Herzegovina. International guild contracts. I'm not losing a stability. That's not going to happen. I don't love that the guilds... Well, no, I do love the guilds are gaining influence. Oh, no, dude. I have to boost the aristocrats. What is it, to 40, right? Like, if the aristocrats are low, then I'm going to get that stupid-ass event. No, it's rebels. Or I get rebels in the capital because the aristocrats are mad or whatever. How do you get a negative? The event. It'll go back up to 0. Naples is a junior partner of Castile. Lame. Lame. Now I gotta deal with that. Florence announces me as a rival. Is the Pope still a rival to me? No, he's friendly. Yeah, I bet you are. Tataro's gonna have rebels. We will peace you out here. He's really set on staying in this war. You will let Juicy trade from stealing the Nile? Oh, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. 1.75 a month. Okay, now it's going to take forever for us to spread any more, so I'm just going to embrace. And I'm going to offer knowledge sharing to France. Mamluks will give me a little bit less, and France is more likely to get Renaissance sooner, so if I sell it to them, I'll make the money. We can embrace Neoplatonism. Platonism. The waves of Renaissance, the artistic and intellectual golden era of our peninsula, are great tools for us to write our name with gold and splendor in the books of history. We must strive to become a hub for intelligence, art, and higher expression. Venice's Renaissance champion happens. Tiziano Veselio. More commonly recognized as Tiziano, stands out as a distinguished painter from the Italian Renaissance, born in Pieve di Cadore in the proximity to Venice. Renowned for his adept handling of color and groundbreaking brushwork techniques, Tiziano's artistic journey spans over 7 decades. Throughout this extensive period, he crafts an extensive array of works encompassing portraits, mythological narratives, and religious compositions. Notable among his portraits, such as Portrait of Charles V and Venice of Urbino. This is the acclaim they receive for their profound psychological depth and opulent color schemes. Tiziano's impact on the evolution of both Venetian and European art is deep-seated, and his enduring legacy positions him as one of the foremost painters of the Renaissance. What a brilliant man. We get a SAB cost guy that is 75% cheaper to employ. What can you tell me? Wait, what? What more can you tell me about this topic? We will gain the reward of this event and get to know more about this topic of history. Only the first gives you a cheaper advisor. Oh, so it doesn't actually give you the reward. It's lying. Well, guess we're never going to know. I would not mind to upgrade this guy. I guess Spain incoming? Yeah. That's what I get for destroying the Ottomans. More suffering somewhere else. Okay, Dulkadir. You are not going to say no to my peace deal now, because I'd be fully occupied. I'm going to get a little bit of prestige from you. Thank you very much. I don't like that we're black flagged now. I'll just walk you back to Constantinople, if I'm being honest. There's Adana. You should actually walk here, because those guys are going to walk back and attack. They're going to get unblack flagged. I kind of want to come fight their navy to see if I can capture any of these galleys. Might mean we don't get this siege, though. Which would be kind of sad. I do want to try and steal some boats. Please, oh please, oh please. We are destroying them. Good stuff. We capture a transport. That is not exactly what I meant by capture some boats. Just want to point that out. Okay, Adana, you are annexed. Ramazan, that is. You're going to give me this province and a bunch of money, and you're gone. And we're going to add this to a trade company immediately. I can do another government reform. Tier 4, lands of the church, cheaper courier power costs, papal influence from cardinals, clergy loyalty and influence, religious unity, expand temple rights, or maintain balance of power. I mean, as long as I can outscale the Pope, and I am going to outscale him now, we should be fine. I mean, I do still want Urbino, by the way. Like, that's not up for debate. And the Pope's about to get a core on it, so that's going to suck quite a bit. Even so, it's probably still worth it. Gendar, I want this province. You can keep the other one. I don't care. The Ottomans will take it. Get prosperity. Honestly, I wouldn't mind getting prosperity into my capital. There we go. I don't think we want to do this anymore after this. Except for the Reform Progress one. The Aleppo trade node is awesome. Why does everyone hate it? People hate it? People got beef with the Aleppo trade node? That's wild. Well, the Ottomans is better because it only goes to one spot. Meanwhile, the Aleppo node is pulled into Alexandria and Constantinople. So it makes Constantinople just a better end node. As long as you can control Ragusa, you can turn this into a pseudo end node. I guess you could also bring the rest of the steppe, well, a lot of the steppe trade down into Constantinople. And I think people just like playing Byzantium. So any option to make Byzantium look good, I'm pretty sure Byzantibus will take. That's just facts. That's not me throwing shade at Byzantibus. That's just facts. Let's bring you back around here. Now, I don't need to go to war with Karaman. It's unnecessary. I wouldn't mind improving relations with them. AQ... I mean, I do want Trebizond at some point, and I do want to take Odishi off of Georgia, and right now I can do that pretty easily. So let's build a spy network up on them. Venice is worth 21, by the way. It's double that of the English Channel at the moment. I'm not going to pay off these loans because I want to upgrade centers of trade. Thank God. Oh. They're all terrible. What is this? They're all so bad. They're not actually that bad. They do add 4 stats. This is true. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I think we want Anselmo Labia. I'm not losing my Republican tradition, though, so. We got the worst one. This just sucks. People enjoy Venice? Damn. Think better next time? True. True. And he's cruel. Yeah. Alright. Good general, though. Ease outbreak. Got 2 siege pips, so I'm going to put him onto this siege. He's going to help me get this damn siege done. Why did I vote wrong? Yeah, my bad. I should have voted correctly. I should have voted harder, actually. That's what I should have done. I am looking at a possible Hungary war here. Oh, I am definitely looking at a Hungary war here. 100 million % I am looking at a Hungary war here. To do what, though? To take Rijeka? Now, if I could get a province in the Pest node, that'd be pretty sweet. As of right now, I can't do that, though. My Ottoman's truce is up in 63. What? Money and war reps did that much of a piece of a truce? Damn. Slovakia vassal? I don't know. I do want these 2 border provinces. Somebody said that I need it for the mission tree. And the arsenal if I have a dock. Use of trade power. The Franco-ocracy? Culture in Constantinople become Venetian and the religion changes to Catholic. Damn. Okay. Between lands, reclaim the Aegean. Annex Cyprus. At the end of the game, I get trade steering and trade company investment cost. Ain't that something? I'm not seeing anything about Dalmatia specifically. So I don't know if we need to take it. I'm going to, though. Like, I'm going to take these 2 provinces. This one just because it's nice to be able to walk around the coastline, you know? But I take these 2, and that'll allow me to walk. And then I don't really need anything from Bosnia, and I don't really need anything else from Hungary. Again, I would love to have a vassal in here, but I can't take it right now. But if Poland and France are willing to join me in a war against Hungary, aka I don't have to fight the war, I can just let my allies fight it for me, and I can go, like, fight the Pope or something. What? Right, because Switzerland won't currently join. So Luzo wouldn't currently join. Ferrara and Liège would. Then I can go grab a province from the Pope while my allies deal with Hungary for me. And that sounds good. How long till I have rebels here? It's going to be a while, right? Probably. I actually want to move these guys by boat. So let's get our transports over there. That is the wrong naval stick. That's the wrong one, bucko. That's the right one. Let's start moving those guys over. You just need to walk into Ottoman territory. I'm going to sink all these boats. I capture another transport. Every day we capture transports, and every day we do not capture galleys. Can you steal Naples with the Splendor ability before Mega Spain comes knocking at your door? Yeah. We could. Real. We should also start our Golden Age. I don't see any reason to hold it. We can gain 50% ship trade power, which would be really nice for pulling in more money. Then we can go transfer subject peace treaty. We could steal Naples with the help of France or something. Upgrade center of trades. Yes, I'm going to do that. Your clay or your core on the Ottoman. Transfer your trade power. Give me your war reps. Thanks for the money. Thanks for the province. Have a nice day. This immediately gets added into a center trade company. We're going to core that up. The burghers are still not happy enough for me to safely revoke land. And I'm most certainly not developing that. Maybe I will. 7 Diplo dev, or 2 Diplo dev down here. Man. I don't make any Diplo. I'll do the mill. I'll do the mill one. Interviso. At least then I'm getting good benefits out of it, you know? But it doesn't make the burghers happy. Still gonna do it. I'm gonna seize land. And this is gonna start taking back up again. This is never gonna go away. We're probably gonna be hit with this by the end of the game. Okay, well that's a good little bit of expansion for the first couple years. I can now make this claim on Genoa. Not that we can go to war with them yet. Building up that spy network on here, though I'm not sure if Georgia's actually going to own it for much longer. I can take those two off of Genoa when they leave. We're going to go to war with Hungary. I have the claim. I can call in Poland and France right now. And we can use that to take that center of trade. I want these two provinces. I don't need Zeta, though. Yeah. I think that's where we're going to end it for today, though. And we'll come back to this tomorrow. Income, 38. Pretty good. Not 1,000, though. Not 1,000. We have some decisions to make. Because of the fact that the Suez Canal is going to be built at some point. I don't know when it's going to be done. We could consider going colonial first. We could take exploration first, or expansion first. I don't know, probably exploration. And go and grab the Malaccas trade and try and bring it back here. So we could do that, or we can try and focus on securing more of the Mediterranean trade going into Genoa. But I can't control Genoa until they leave the empire, and I can't do anything about that right now. Believe it or not. I wonder if you would accept a threatened war. I could wait 2 days. No. I do want to grab Urbino as well. So that way I can have total control over this node. But here's the thing, like, I have to wait on Genoa, right? Ooh. Moldavia is a subject of Hungary. So I could probably grab the Danube estuary here. Hopefully we can keep Poland happy enough with us. It's just one province. We can grab the Danube estuary, trade company that, and then we can trade company these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces and just give all kinds of goods produced up here. Well, yeah, so it's definitely a Hungary war next. I need to be ready to walk to Bessarabia here, because Lithuania will immediately walk there and grab that. And I need to actually grab that. So we'll take probably about a year. We'll set up our troops to where we don't lose prosperity in my capital, and where we're actually ready to go. And we'll keep going from there. We got to annex Byzantium in 58, preferably. But I can't annex them while I have a Diplo skill of 1 guy. We have got to get some better rulers. We have got to get some better rulers. Our monarch point generation has been abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Our second ruler was trash. Didn't realize that Venice required you to bird for every single one of its rulers to make sure you don't lose the game. But we are in a pretty good spot, and we will continue this tomorrow. All right, exclamation point VOD to get to the VOD channel, exclamation point Discord to get to the Discord channel. I'll be back 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, where we will continue with the run. But that is going to be it for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.